Good evening, NFL football fans. Greg here at G-Dog Sports. Hey, tonight we have a fascinating game actually on the Amazon Prime. I don't know that a lot of people are actually watching those games. I know there's been some actual complaints about the quality that is on on Amazon Prime, but it is already week 4, and tonight's game has the Miami Dolphins taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. So last week the Dolphins outlasted the Bills to start the season 3-0 for the first time since 2018. The early going for the Bengals has been surprising too, but in a different way. The defending champions lost their first 2 games, or AFC champions, let me correct that. They lost their first 2 games before rediscovering their 2021 chemistry and beating the New York Jets 27-12 this past Sunday. Now, the Dolphins snuck out of last week's hype showdown with a 21-19 win over the Bills, thanks to some clock mismanagement at the end. Now, Buffalo ran out of time, trailing by 2 points and trying to get in a position to kick a potential game-winning field goal. However, the Dolphins and the Bengals won't have long to think about their wins as they have to play each other in a very shortened week. And I know a lot of the teams have complained about only having 3 days rest, essentially, before getting on the field once again. So this short week doesn't come at a good time for the Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. I can't even ever say his name, but you know who I'm talking about. He has a sore back and ankle that's limited him in practice this week. He also took a big hit in last week's game that left him temporarily woozy, to say the least. I saw the video, and it was looked pretty bad. But anyway, he did return to that game. He's listed as questionable tonight, but if he can't go back up, Teddy Bridgewater will play. Now, the 24-year-old former Alabama star has been sharp, completing 71% of his passes and throwing 8 touchdown passes through 3 games. That's half of his total from playing in 13 games last season. His 925 passing yards are second in the NFL this season, only to the Bills' Josh Allen. After losses in the first 2 weeks, quarterback Joe Burrow told everyone just relax because the Bengals would come around. Now, Joey Franchise was right. He threw 3 touchdown passes. The overhauled offensive line worked well together, and the defense held the Jets to just 4 field goals in their win. Now, my good friends over at Betalytics have a high percentage prop bet on Joe Burrow tonight. It's graded as an A- in their system with a 70.37% bet hit rate. The free bet is Joe Burrow under 11.5 rushing yards, as he is projected to have just a mere 6.8. Please make sure and check out Betalytics for more prop bets like these, as well as full game bets for both NFL, MLB, and other sports as well. You can find a link for them on my Twitter feed. Now, the Dolphins have used fourth quarter to mount comebacks in weeks 2 and 3. On Sunday, running back Chase Edmonds scored the game-winning touchdown in the fourth quarter. But most importantly, the Dolphins kept Allen and the Bills out of the end zone in the second half. Now, Miami's key 2 defensive stops in the final 10 minutes of the game, one on a turnover on downs and another key tackle inbounds to help seal the game as time expired. For all the praise that Tyreek Hill has gotten justifiably in his immediate on-field impact since joining the Dolphins, Jalen Waddle has been just as productive so far this season. Now, Waddle has 2 straight 100-plus yard receiving games and actually leads the Dolphins in total yards with 321 as well as touchdowns with 3. And I love that touchdown dance. It's becoming quite the thing. People are all talking about it all over the place. So now, just in his second season, Waddle has 123 receptions through 19 games, which is the second most of any player through their first 20 games. Now, Tyreek Hill stirred up some controversy this week after he called out Bengals cornerback Eli Apple. Hill and Apple faced each other in the playoffs last year when Hill played for the Chiefs. Now, I saw the clip on Amazon Prime for their promo, and it's actually pretty funny. As an extra aside, the Bengals will be wearing alternative uniforms tonight, all white, with white helmets and black tiger stripes. First time they're going to be wearing that. We'll see what they look like, I guess. I mean, the jury's kind of out on that. I'm on the fence myself. So anyway, the line on this game opened as with the Bengals as 1-point favorites and initially moved up to -4 and has now moved slightly down to 3.5. Bengals -3.5 early this afternoon. I'm seeing 50% of the tickets on the Bengals along with 79% of the money. Now the total opened at 47.5 and had moved up to 48.5 and has now moved slightly down to 47 at one point and now back up to 48.5 here just a couple hours before kickoff with just 39% of the tickets along with 50% of the money on the under. As always, you can get all of my NFL plays by becoming a VIP or taking advantage of the promos I run regularly. I do have plays on every major American sport, not for VIP services for $2.99 a month, $99 a week, or $69 for my weekend pass, which has you covered for all games Friday through Sunday. You can find me online at gdogsports.com as well as on Twitter at gdogsports, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, as well as Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitch. Also, please make sure and check out my good friends over at Betalytics, at Betalytics on Twitter. It's BETALYTICS, and they're on Twitter as well. Thanks again for tuning in. Good luck tonight.